Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about the importance of being a fat burner instead of a sugar burner for your metabolism and for your overall health. I'm going to be reading a lot of this because I don't want to forget anything. I'm also going to keep it simple. I'm not going to get real scientific. I'm just going to offer you like the simple version about what's going on in your body. Keeping in mind that we are all unique individuals, and I have said this many times, that we all are different, but these are just the basic rules of things that I see every day. Now this little talk would not be for somebody who's competing real seriously in an endurance event. Those people definitely have to eat differently. So this is for somebody that's trying to get healthier and balance their life and balance their energy and feel better and get off of some meds. That's what this is for. And I think that you are going to really like what you're going to hear. Here it might open up your mind a little bit. So the most important thing, since we're all different, that you can do for your health is to educate yourself. So by learning, you can figure out what's the best plan for you, the best plan for exercise, the best plan for eating, because we're all different. All right, so what does being a sugar burner mean? Being a sugar burner means that your primary source of fuel is glucose. And that means that your body does not access fat, stored fat for fuel. It's using glucose. So the more carbohydrates that you eat, the higher your blood sugar goes. The higher your blood sugar goes, the more insulin that your body has to make in order to go back to the normal blood sugar level. Kind of makes sense? Now, producing all that insulin constantly has some major, some drawbacks. One of the biggest drawbacks it has is that tends to suppress your appetite controlling hormone. So that hormone is called leptin, and that, with all the insulin, that hormone can be blocked. So your brain doesn't get that signal that you're full. Just why you're like, why am I hungry? Why am I hungry? So that's why a sugar burner will feel hungry all the time. So this can be like a vicious cycle when you're a sugar burner. Your body needs more insulin. This causes your body to hang on to fat. In turn, when your body hangs on to fat, when your fat is higher, you're less responsive to insulin. So it's kind of like a little vicious circle there. And when you have this kind of insulin resistance, this is where you can get all kinds of inflammation and you just don't feel good. So sugar burners will have like really bad joint pains, and then you feel depressed and anxious. It just isn't a good place to be. The good news is that you have the power to reverse this. You have the power to help yourself feel better. So in all the years, the 24 years that I have been doing this, I have seen time and time again how people make the changes for the better, and it's powerful that they can reverse their type 2 diabetes and instead of heading where they were heading towards heart disease, they reverse that, turn around, and you can really, truly change your body and you can change your life, and you see it happen a lot. But in order to do that, you need to learn. Again, there's so much confusion out there. And sometimes we get into a rut, and then we don't believe in ourselves, and we get anxious, and we get depressed. So we have to keep learning. So now you're probably wondering, what does it mean to be a fat burner? That's what we want to be. That's our goal, for a healthy metabolism and a healthy body and mind. So, how do you do this? Well, by eating fewer carbs and more lean protein and healthy fats, you can train your body to use fat as fuel. Now, if you are a fat burner, it doesn't mean that your body doesn't use carbs. It still burns carbs for fuel. It does that first. And the small amount, it uses that small amount of sugar that it gets from your vegetables, from your low sugar fruit, from your legumes. It uses that. But then it turns to your fat storage for energy. And because the fat burns slower and steadier, you can easily go, if you're a fat burner, 4 to 6 hours without being hungry, without needing to eat, and it sustains that energy. And then you don't have those sugar and carb cravings. So, like I said, a fat burner has more of a sustained energy throughout the day. And it's also easier to lose your body fat. So, there is hope for us. Small changes. All right. So, how do you know if you're a sugar burner? So, I'm going to tell you some signs that can tell you if you are a sugar burner. So, the first one is that even after you eat, you rarely feel satisfied. You might feel like you're full or bloated, but you really don't. Even after you eat, you really know that you can't make it 4 to 6 hours before another meal. That's one of the things that means that you're burning all sugar, that your meal isn't balanced. Another sign is that you have to snack regularly, like you have to graze throughout the day. And if you don't do that, you get real tired or even kind of moody. Another sign would be that you get hangry, like you're irritable and maybe sometimes irrational. And then after you have something to eat, you feel kind of bad, and you might even apologize for being that way. And it could be times when you don't even realize that you can prevent that by getting a more balanced eating plan. There's so much hope, you guys. Another would be that you craving carbs and sugar all the time. And so your meal doesn't really feel right if you don't have potatoes or rolls or bread, or that you have to have that dessert. Or if you try to eat less bread or other forms of sugar, you actually feel like you can't focus, or you get kind of cranky. That's another sign. And don't feel bad if this is some of the symptoms that you feel like you're getting. You are not the only one. I was there for years and years and years and years, and let me tell you, you can get out of it, and man, is it cool. So don't feel like, oh my God, this is me. It's okay, it's all right. But we're gonna learn, and we're gonna pull ourselves slowly through it and find that balance for sure. Okay, and the last one is if you tend to struggle, like say when you do lose fat, you lose it in your arms, or you lose it in your legs, but you're not losing inches in your waist. And that can mean that, there's just too many carbs. You're just using too much sugar to burn. Okay, so that's another symptom. Now, if you do recognize some of this in you, and you think, oh my gosh, I think maybe I am a sugar burner, The worst thing that you can do is to just drop all sugar from your diet and just, throw everything out, because you will not feel good. You will feel awful, and then you'll be like, well, see, I need all this sugar. You have to do it slowly. You have to plan it out, and you have to add some healthy foods to each meal and take out some of the unhealthy, higher sugar foods. And you don't do it all at once. It's a slow process. And if you do it slowly, each week you're going to start feeling a little better, and you'll feel like, oh, I'm a little more balanced. So you're going to write down. How do you do that? Write down some proteins that you like. Make a list of them. Write down some healthy fats that you like. Make a list of those. What are healthy proteins and fats? You should know that by now. If you don't, you can contact me. You can look them up. I am here for you. So write down a list of those, and then figure out, how am I going to get those in my meals? So if I'm going to add healthy, I'm going to kind of crowd out some bad stuff. And I'm going to make a list of the vegetables that I like. I can have vegetables at every meal, and some low sugar fruits. So just kind of plan how you're going to ease your way out of some of these sugars, just to transform your body. For example, you can take away some breads and grains and cereals, and take away some desserts, and find something that you could substitute. Like, instead of pasta, you could have zucchini, spiralized zucchini, or you could have spaghetti squash. What you don't want to do is say, I'm going to have whole wheat pasta, or I'm going to have brown rice. It's going to raise your blood sugar the same. So you're not really helping yourself there. You really have to figure it out. You don't want to spike that blood sugar. You'd be amazed at, once you start making these changes, how much different you'll feel, and how differently you'll act. And some of your aches and pains will go away, and you won't feel as hungry. So I want you to get motivated, and I want you to look at what you're doing in the next couple of days. Again, we are not trying for perfection whatsoever. We're just going to tweak, and we're going to think through, and we're going to keep learning. So if you have any questions about how you can make those changes, feel free to contact me, because I'm here for you, you guys. Thank you.